Hello guys, this is Avcoor, and I want to do a new type of video where I talk about the top people in power and on my server in the cross server ranking. But let's talk about my server first. I'm only going to talk about the top four, so I can't talk about myself because I'm number 7. But anyways, let's go with Zoe Cook. Zoe Cook, out of the four, actually interests me the most because of his team setup. To be honest, he's one of the people who got me interested in PvP because the way he plays and the way he sets up his team. So basically, he likes to run a AOE setup. He uses Valkyrie in order to stun. Uses Elementalist in order to stun. He runs stun. He uses Anubis to stun. Then he has 2 healers in the back. But the interesting part of his setup is the fact that he likes to use Valkyrie as his tank. He puts Valkyrie up front in order to take most of the damage. And that's pretty good because, as you notice about her stats as compared to the rest of them, it, he she's a he, she has a no wow he has less HP than Elementalist. That's interesting. Oh, I can see because of this. I think his tome of healing is in the wrong place. But he uses her to soak up damage. I think that his Lord of Time is his weakest character, but he has a really good Super Twins. But you'll see later on that there's other Super Twins that are better, as Super Twins are really popular right now, especially with us on our server, server 1. Super Twins is really popular because like everybody has Super Twins. Everybody's got Super Twins. Everybody's got Super Twins. Everybody has Super Twins. Even up here, everybody's got Super Twins. So, but Zoe Cook, if you see some of my older videos, you'll see him in PvP, and he's really amazing. He literally wipes the floor with his opponents. I think his Elementalist is like one of the strongest Elementalists, and we're gonna go check that real quick to see who has Zoe Cook. Yeah, he has the strongest Elementalist. Yeah, I'm number 3. I'm number 2 on Elementalist. My Elementalist is the second strongest. Something I'm really proud of. But yeah, his Elementalist is something to behold. If you see some of the videos with Zoe Cook, you'll understand why. I'm probably gonna do a section of videos where I myself personally spar against like the top players on the servers, and even though I lose, you'll get to see how they function. And I think Zoe Cook is one of those people who really put a lot of time into their team and their setup because he literally gets what he wants to out of it. The thing I think that made him really great is the fact that he just did not care about elemental heroes except light and dark, and that was to his benefit. It really was. Cream Pie is one of those players I think who just did not care about what people thought about team setup because, as you can tell, he has like every element of hero on one team, which usually you're not supposed to do. At the beginning, you're supposed to do it because resources are limited. You're not supposed to like move out. You're just power grinding whatever element you can to 12 stars so you can clear content. It's like he never left that. He's like, man, I got these characters so strong. I'm just gonna keep them. He's a fellow guildmate and he's really good at what he does. If you see Cream Pie, he's kind of like Elysian Spartan but weaker, as he probably prioritizes power over team building. Now his team building is solid, but I think Zoe Cook is better. But his just raw power allows him to climb the ranks of PvP. Like this is like really, really strong Anubis. They're stronger Anubises, but here's Anubis is really great. And this thing here, the fact that he has a 5-star offensive weapon, yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is awesome. I really like his characters, how he built them. Because he's a power builder, obviously. Even Dragon Princess. Notice that his equipment is way better than mine. He slacks on his healers, but they're healers. They're healers. I don't. I would never fault him for that. You put more resources on your DPS and tanks. That's the way to do it. So I'm satisfied with that. I understand. Skyer, this guy came out of nowhere. Skyer is the sign of how the meta has shifted. Because first thing you notice is like his levels aren't that high. Like he has a 12-star. He has three 12 stars and two 11 stars. But it kind of doesn't matter because he did something that in the future is going to be commonplace, and that's tomes. He he busted out the tomes on his characters, and because of that, his power skyrocketed. This dude was actually at a lower power than us, but he started applying tomes, and that was it, dude. That was it. His power just like went through the roof. But his team building, I think, is actually solid. Like he runs a 2 tank, 1 healer comp, and he has like AOE. He has like one AOE hitter, two AOE hitters. His second tank, which is Lunar Shadow, which is one of the best tanks in the game, and Dragon Master Dom, which is the best tank in the game. They combo really well, and I think this has served him well because he had that 2 tank combination, and he has Succubus, who actually is a really good buffer and debuffer. So when you look at his team composition, it's actually really good. And he switched over to Goddess of Starlight over Sun Goddess, and I think that works well for him because he runs such a defensive comp that actually can do offense. Because little people don't understand that Dragon Master Dawn is constantly hitting people. He's like his own AOE, so to speak. So the fact that he actually has AOE and he actually has an assassin, when you look at his composition, he actually gets a high elemental bonus because of his assortment of people. I'll challenge him, and you'll probably see me lose to him. But overall, it shows you that the shift in the meta where tomes are actually carrying the bulk of the power now. It really skyrockets you to the top. Vinny is a long-time person. We surmise he had another name before Vinny, but he's part of my guild, and he's the strongest player on the server. Vinny is one of those people who kind of stuck to the basics, and it got him pretty far. And he kept sticking to those same basics, and it keeps getting him far because Seductress is the way to go. She's one of the best characters in the game, hands down. And Lord of Time is one of the best healers in the game, hands down, along with Super Twins. His power is actually in his Dragon Master Don because he has a tome, and Seductress because he has the Talisman unlocked. Like, of course, like with everybody, their healers are weak, and his Celestial Spear is really strong. But he's done a lot of his awakening, so his awakening power is really huge. So that's why you see him get extra effects and abilities. So that's where we stand. I think some honorable mentions are myself, Dude, and Never, and Karina Watson. Karina doesn't play anymore, which is kind of sad, but we're like an average server. There are some super wells on other servers, but I like the fact that the people on my server actually thought about their team comps, and even though they didn't spend as much money as other people, they're really strong. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you like my content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day and later.